Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to the Prem Bhakti Chandrika series. Today we are going to discuss verse 30, and the theme of this verse is a devotee is not indebted to anyone spiritually speaking. So the verse goes like this: Devaloka Pitruloka Pai Tara Mahasukha Sadhu Sadhu Bole Anukshana Yugala Bhajana Jara Premanande Bhase Tara Taharani Chani Tribhuvana. The meaning is like this: Devaloka Pitruloka Paitara Mahasukha. His ancestors, one who is doing Krishna bhajan, his ancestors, the demigods, they become very happy that this particular person has taken to devotional service to Krishna. Sadhu Sadhu Bole Anukshana. They say continuously, keep saying, yes, very good, very good. And one who is doing Yugala Bhajana Jara, one who is serving Radha Krishna, Premanande Bhasetara, he is drowning in love of ecstasy of love. And Tahara Nichani Tribhuvan, he becomes the object of worship for entire world. So let's understand this in little details. As soon as one takes birth, he becomes indebted by many. Devarshi, Bhutapta Nranam Pitrunam. So as soon as we take birth, we become indebted to demigods. They are supplying water, they are supplying sunlight, they are supplying air, they are supplying earth and all the necessities of life. They are working through our body and outside our body. So one becomes indebted to them, and usually one is supposed to do some kind of worship or some kind of yagya sacrifice to please them. So that is Deva, Rishi. Like the Rishis have given us culture, they have given us Sanskriti, they have given us the norms in which we live, they have given us knowledge. So one needs to study Vedas and like pay their debt to Rishis in that way. Devarshi Bhuta Apta. Devarshi Bhuta Apta Nranam Pitrunam. We are indebted immediately to all the living entities around us, because in some we are living in a community, some or the how or the other relatives and other living entities, they help us survive in this world. And Nrunam Pitrunam, Dhru means we are indebted to the king and other people who are helping us. And Pitrunam, we are indebted to ancestors, forefathers, who have given us this, because of whom we have this body to perform any kind of activity. And usually by begetting uh, righteous children and doing Pitrushadha, etc., such debt is repaid. So, but it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Na kinkaro nayam ranicharajan, sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parirutya kartam. One who has taken complete shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, he is no longer indebted to anyone, and he no longer owes anything to anyone. So what does that mean? That means simply by performing devotional service, he is doing favors to all his ancestors, indirectly speaking. That means all his forefathers will get benefited, all the demigods will be happy with him because of engaging his senses in the master of senses, Krishna, directly. So everybody will be happy with him, and all debts will be automatically paid off. Not that devotee is irresponsible, but rather by performing devotion to Krishna, all the debts are automatically dissolved, whatever you prefer. So just like yatha taror mula nishechanena trupyante tatskanda bhujopashakha pranopahara cha yathendriyanam tathaiva saravar haranam achyuteja. Simply by worshipping Achyuta Ijja, automatically everyone is satisfied. Just like when you water the root of the tree, all the branches and the twigs and the leaves, they also get nourished. And when you give food to the stomach, all the senses automatically get strength. So similarly, by simply worshipping Krishna, who is the root of the entire cosmic manifestation, everybody in this world is satisfied. Example, you can think of that Draupadi gave that little leaf to Krishna. Krishna ate that and he was completely happy, and completely his stomach was full. And when he was completely satisfied, automatically the Durvas and his 60,000 disciples, they felt uh, their stomach being filled up automatically. So that is one pastime. So here we see that, of course, like if a devotee is raising one's family responsibly, taking care of children and his spouse, his or her spouse, and in that way helping them become more Krishna conscious. That's not out of debt or something. That is because of his natural compassion and natural dutifulness. He is doing it. Um of course, this doesn't mean, also this verse doesn't mean that because he's not indebted means now he cannot pay any taxes to government or anything, or if some he owes money to somebody he can just neglect it. It's not like that. The thing is, spiritually speaking, he's because he is serving Krishna, he's supposed to serve Krishna one pointedly and not be bothered about so many other things in his life. And therefore Krishna is telling that you just worship me, and by worshipping me, that Krishna gives him intelligence how to settle all other issues in this world. And that way he is not indebted to anyone. Rather, rather he does the greatest favor to anyone who he is in contact with simply by serving Krishna nicely. That is understanding. And then Yugala Bhajana Jara Premanande Bhasitara, one who is doing Radha Krishna worship, Yugala Bhajan. Premanande Bhasitara. First of all, among anyone who comes to understanding that there is God, and I need to respect him, he is a theist. One who understands that there is God, and not only I need to accept his presence, I need to serve him, please him. That is the goal of my life. That is a devotee. And to know that God's specifics in details, his name is Vishnu and his Narayan and Ramachandra, these are the names of God, and then worshipping him, and to know that Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam, Krishna is the origin of all personalities of Godhead, and then worshipping Krishna along with Radharani. That's a rare good fortune. Uh, and one who achieves that, he floats in love, ecstasy of love, it is mentioned. uh, I mean, there cannot be worship of Krishna without Radharani. We cannot worship God without God's divine energy. Just like Lord Shiva tells Mother Parvati that Gaura Tejo Vinayastu Shama Teja Samarchaya Japedva Dhyayate Vapi Sapashandi Bhavet Shive. Oh Parvati, one who worships Krishna without Radharani means neglecting Radharani, who worships Krishna, he immediately becomes Pashandi, like he's like atheistic or like like hellish kind of worship this is. So Yugala Bhajana Jara, Premanande Bhasetara, he will drown in ecstasy. Tahara Nichani Tribhuvan, and he'll become the object of worship for the all the world. So that is the crux of today's verse, which says that devotee need not bother once he is worshipping Krishna. Whatever little bit duty he is able to do towards the world, that's fine and sufficient, more than sufficient. He should concentrate on serving Krishna. Devotee is never irresponsible for that matter, but he is not unnecessarily bogged down by this responsibility and that responsibility. His prime responsibility is Krishna consciousness. And when he serves Radha Krishna, he drowns in ecstasy, and he helps others also drown in ecstasy. So that is the meaning of this. Krishna willing, we will meet again. And till then, have a nice Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna.